here we are. So, as I had promised, I'm really making an effort to film this today, and I owe you one, I know. Let me begin first things first. So, it's been a long time since I've sat down in peace to film and to really produce a content of quality. I'm really glad to do that now. But yeah, if I have to talk about our, how would I say, it's not like our relationship. I know that it's very controversial in Islam, especially. You are not a Muslim, but in Islam, it's very frowned upon for a man, for a guy to be communicating with a girl without them being married. So it's always, people always say that guys and girls cannot be friends. I don't totally agree with that. I think that there is a huge chance of one party developing affection or attraction for the other. It's true, but I have also many exchanges with with males, which is totally platonic. There is nothing going on, no flirtatiousness, no romance, no nothing going on in that sense, and that's a very interesting thing. So with you and I think it's also thanks to YouTube. Like YouTube is such a big facilitator. YouTube is my whole life, I can say, almost, because thanks to YouTube, a couple of years ago I had started my channel and I had these subscribers and you were one of them, and then eventually we started communicating, we started talking and chatting on WhatsApp, and we developed a friendship, even more than a friendship. It's a bit more, how would I describe that? It's not a romantic relationship. It's very pure. It's so much more pure than that. I know that you are a well-wisher. You're someone that I trust. I really trust you. I know that you're not someone to come to fool me. You're not someone to come to use me or to sweet talk to me. You're just very honest and real about who you are, and you are very selflessly, you will come and you will offer me your shoulder to cry on. In a way, you will listen to my worries. You will never stop me, and I really like that. So yeah, it's really amazing that we live in different continents. We've never seen each other as such in real, but somehow the proximity developed and we don't talk. I don't even remember, like, it's been, I think there was a period where we didn't even talk to each other, a very long period. And the funny thing is, when we get angry towards each other, like, there's little fights that are just very childish. And then, yeah, I've learned, I just feel like when I talk to you, I feel less lonely. It's true. When I talk to my friends in general, and again, I know that it's not viewed in a pleasant way when a guy and a girl are communicating virtually, and most people tend to call that a haram relationship. But it's not a relationship here, it's just a friendship, and there is nothing again going on that I might find disrespectful. Otherwise, I would be the first one to end that contact. I've done that in the past. I keep doing that. I've done it several times when let's say that I have a male friend and they are texting me and calling me, and then they are stepping outside the line. They are just trying to use me. I know it. They are trying to get into my pants, as we say in the English slang. So I know it, and I will never tolerate it. I might not be a perfect Muslim. I'm very far from being a perfect Muslim. I also have male friends with whom I communicate, but whenever I will see that the person is trying to he's trying to step outside of that platonic relationship and try to hint towards some kind of love thing, I will stop that person. I will tell them, I will block them. I have blocked many guy friends in the past. I still do that many times. There are many Muslim guys. Perhaps this is a bit controversial for me to talk about, but I will talk about it nonetheless. I don't know if you're a Muslim girl, you're watching that, I don't know if you've ever encountered that, but it's like Muslim men in general tend to be more flirtatious, tend to be more. I've had Muslim male friends. When they were texting me, we were good friends. I thought that we were friends, but then they were using such sexually explicit language with me on chat that I felt very uncomfortable and I had to end the relationship. I had to end that friendship. I had to block them, to delete them out of my life. And then I never talked to them again. But I've seen that in the case of non-Muslim guys, sometimes they will have a certain respect for your parameters. Not all of them, but it's not like just because a guy is Muslim doesn't mean that he is going to behave within the parameters of Islamic conduct. That is something that I have noticed, and I accept that Muslim guys are not a reference. They are not an example. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the best example. These guys are not an example. Just like I myself, I am not an example for the ideal Muslim woman. I'm very far from that. But I'm not pretending that I am either. So I really appreciate it when a guy will, without expecting any sexual favors from a girl, they are just there, available to comfort the person, to listen, to be a friend in need, to genuinely be concerned and caring, and just, I find that it's very innocent and pure. There are no hidden motives. I don't think that all the guys in the world, or all the men that you have in your life, you communicate with, I don't think that all of them just want to do, they just want to get into your pants. I don't think that way. Some people might disagree, but I believe it. And I have many male friends whom I trust, whom I respect, and who respect me back, I know. But they will never cross the line, and that's, I think, it's very reassuring. Strangely, over the years now, I have very few female friends. I have more male friends. I see that most female friends tend to be very jealous, they will gossip, they will backbite, they will just be very judgmental of you. But as opposed to guys, perhaps guys are a bit more flexible, more understanding, and their psychology is different. So you get to learn different things from interacting with them. As long as it's in the Islamic parameters, there is no kind of sexual hints going on. That is not correct at all. But because let's be honest, in reality, it's impossible for you to have a guardian all the time. When you're communicating with the guy, you will have, in the professional sphere, you will have to communicate with men. So whether there is a mahram, whether he's a mahram or not, whether there is a guardian or not, a third person or not, you will have to communicate with them. But the most important, even more important than this physical hijab, is to have that metaphorical hijab. It is to have that, to be able to put that distance within you and that person, so that there is no ambiguity going on. It's very platonic. I think that's more important than any kind of external hijab that you might wear.